Good morning, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you. It's looking pretty festive in the comments right now. It looks like we've got Joyce from New Mexico. Jan said it's negative 20 degrees where she is. Holy cow, that's crazy. It's really chilly today. I ran outside. It was like 4 degrees Fahrenheit, which felt really cold. But hopefully some of you are in the warmth and the sunshine, staying warm. And we've got Eliza checking in, wishing us a happy Valentine's Day. Thank you, thank you. I hope you're having a good one too, Eliza. We've got Kat checking in from British Columbia. We've got, I said Joyce. We have Corinne. Excellent to see all of you. Kat is here. Janice is here. Both Janices. Two Janices. One in California, one in Texas. We've got Jesus and Polly and Anne in Germany. Excellent. So great to see all of you. I hope you're having an awesome day so far. I just want to kick it off by saying that today the focus is going to be on love, whether that's art that we love, art that celebrates love, or things that rekindle our love for drawing. So those are the things that I'm going to focus on today in the art that I share with you. So one student talked about sharing, she posted a drawing that she did in her sketchbook, and she was using her sketchbook as a way to keep sketch notes. And I love thinking of other ways to use our sketchbooks. And Janice actually used this when she was taking How to Draw Without Talent. And she did a little page that sort of demonstrated a lesson from the course. And I love that she took little notes here. She gave it a little border and kind of wrote a note about it, what she was doing and where. And I think that's such an awesome way to use your sketchbook. So this doesn't have to be for a Sketchbook Skool course. This could be for a lecture or a webinar or a seminar that you go to for work. But using your sketchbook to make sketch notes is just another way to appreciate the power of your sketchbook, which I love. So thank you, Janice. Another student in the schoolyard, Chris, asked about, kind of finding her sketchbook is lacking. So we can love so much about something, but there be one tiny thing that's missing. And she was wondering if there were other sketchbooks out there that had all sorts of different papers in them, because she didn't want to have to choose, and she wanted to use different papers. And Kate, another student in the schoolyard, shared this image from a blog called Red Harp Arts, who is featuring it. But this is called a disc-bound system for sketchbooks. And you can actually get these, I think, on Amazon, and you can get different kinds of papers in them. So you could have some wet material, friendly paper alongside paper that's meant for lighter sketches. So this is called the disc-bound system, and I think it's a way to kind of have it all when it comes to your sketchbook pages. So I love that resource that Kate shared for different kinds of sketchbooks with different paper. We've got Marion and Stephanie checking in too. Excellent. And S Arts. Good to see you all. And some other students have been sharing Valentines that they're making in the schoolyard. So this is Karen's, a lovely little kind of watercolor Valentine. And then Ellen did these beautiful, they kind of look like peonies, but I'm not sure what the flower is, in these balled mason jars. And I thought that was a beautiful Valentine greeting. And another student, Kimberly, she shared a page that she did on a day, where she just did not feel like making art. And I know this isn't a super positive, uplifting, page to share, but I love that Kimberly was making art even on a day when she didn't feel like it. And she was in a bad mood and was having a hard day. And I love that drawing and sketching kind of gives us a way to remember that it's not always rainbows and sunshine, and that that's okay, and that we can document that in our sketchbooks. And we might actually feel better after we do so. So Kimberly, thank you for sharing that drawing and being vulnerable on a day when maybe you just didn't feel like making art, and that's okay. Some other students have shared some ways that they are kind of rekindling their love for drawing, or just sort of getting a fresh perspective on things by urban sketching and drawing on location. Elaine shared this awesome little urban sketch that she did, I think it was in a library or a cafe, saying that she was trying to get back in the swing of drawing. And, looking at a new view or a new perspective, a new scene, maybe even a new person, a complete stranger, can kind of rekindle your love for drawing and for making art. And another student, Eliza, actually shared a drawing from an Urban Sketchers meetup that she went to in the city of brotherly love in Philadelphia. So Eliza, thank you for sharing this awesome sketch. This was a really lofty scene to undertake, and you tackled it, and it's fantastic. And I appreciate you sharing that with us. Just some meetups on the calendar. We've got one coming up this weekend with the NorCal Sketchbook Buddies. Janice will be there, and this is on the 15th at 10 a.m. in Dixon, California. And there are details on this in the schoolyard if you want to check it out. It's also on Facebook in the Facebook group for Sketchbook Skool. And another thing I wanted to mention before we draw something today, before we take a few minutes to draw, is that we have a program in the schoolyard that students help out as volunteers as part of the welcoming committee. And this is a really cool sort of initiative where students can help each other feel more welcome and help welcome new students that are coming to the schoolyard daily. We have new people joining all the time. And so we have a sign-up form for the welcoming committee, and it is actually in the featured section in the schoolyard. Hey, Dina! And those of you that participate in the welcoming committee, you get assigned a week on the calendar. And just during that week, we ask that you log in a few times and comment on new member biographies where they post them as a first-time visitor, and also sending messages to new members to make them feel welcome, just to say hi and welcome them to the schoolyard. So it just involves logging in a few times during a week that you get assigned on the calendar, and most of you are already logging into the schoolyard a few times a week, so that's not a problem. So if you're interested in helping us kind of greet new students and make sure they feel like they're getting acquainted and getting settled in the schoolyard, you can sign up to be an official welcoming committee member, and that sign-up form is in the schoolyard in the featured article section. So check that out if you're interested in being a greeter. It's an awesome opportunity, and we appreciate everyone that chips in to help us make the schoolyard feel welcoming. Now is the time of the weekly bulletin where I just set a timer, and you can use this time however you want. But if you have a sketchbook at your desk or a piece of paper and a pen, it could be a Post-it note, wherever you are, I set a timer for 3 minutes. And the point of this is to just give us a moment of 3 minutes to sit down and draw something. And you can follow along with what I'm doing. I have sort of a prompt in mind each week, whether it's something at my desk or something that I've grabbed from my house. But for this week, since we're celebrating love, I want you to draw something that you love. And this could be from imagination. It could be from observation. For me, I love running. It is one of my favorite passions besides drawing and hanging out with my family. So I'm going to draw my running shoe because this is sort of a symbol of one of my the biggest loves of my life, which is running. So I'm going to set our timer for 3 minutes. Like I said, you can draw something from imagination. You can draw something in front of you, like a cup of coffee. I love coffee as well. That's a good true love in your life. But I've got our timer set for 3 minutes, and I'm going to hit start. And I'm using a big, fat, juicy marker. I'm wearing pink, so I thought I'd go purple for Valentine's Day. I've been using red this week, so I'm going to switch it up. And I'm going to use a big, fat, juicy purple marker, and I'm going to draw my running shoe, because running is one of my true loves. And I encourage you to draw something that you love, and just spend these 3 minutes kind of being more mindful and, have a little moment away from your day, whether you're at work or at home, and you've got a lot of stuff going on. Or it's a way to unwind if it's the end of the day, like if you're Anne in Germany and you're wrapping up your day. It's a good way to unwind for your Friday evening. So I'm going to hit start here. Maybe. There we go. I hit start. And I'm going to put up the screensaver and I'm going to draw my running shoe. So I encourage you to draw something that you love. And we have 3 minutes to do it. So this could be a quick contour line drawing. It could be whatever you want it to be, but just let it be 3 minutes out of your very busy day where you get to draw something and, kind of have a moment to yourself, a moment to appreciate drawing and what it gives to you, what it provides for you. And that's how I use these moments each week. And I love being able to take time out of my day. I work from home for Sketchbook Skool, but I work on a computer all day. So it's really lovely to be able to just kind of look at something else and take a break, So I hope that you can kind of give yourself that gift right now. Just do a little drawing, just as a way to take a moment to pause and do something creative. Maybe you haven't had time to draw today. Maybe you already have. I haven't yet. It is a little bit after 11 in Eastern Time, so I have not yet done any drawing yet today. So we are going to fix that. And I wish I could play music during these things to kind of set the mood, but YouTube does not like when you play music that you don't own. They have a big copyright filter that always picks up on videos and means that I can't play my favorite doo-wop songs or my favorite music while I'm drawing on a video because I don't want to get in trouble from the big bad YouTube police. So I will stop yammering right now, but just one more note for anyone that's just joining. We are doing a little 3-minute drawing of something that you love. That's a prompt you can use. You don't have to. You might hear the scritch scratch of my Posca pen. They're kind of noisy, sorry about that. All right, so there goes our timer. Those always go by so fast, which is just crazy to me that, when I'm at the dentist, 3 minutes feels like forever, but when I'm drawing, it just kind of flies by. So thank you all for tuning in to the Student Bulletin this week. And just a note, I am actually leaving for vacation this weekend. I'm going to be in the Dominican Republic for a week, getting some sunshine and just taking a break with my family. So I will be out of town for the next week. So I will not be here on Friday of next week, but I will return the following week. And I hope that you all have an awesome weekend, a very creative weekend, and an excellent next week while I'm out of town. But thanks for tuning in, and happy Friday, and happy Valentine's Day.